When I first started my channel, I started doing the you versus them. I'm going to start doing it as a collective and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to be posting these videos on TikTok as well as, on YouTube again. Um, and hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? As far as that you guys receive these messages, I hope that it helps you to kind of look at something from a different perspective. Even if just for a second, my guy, even if just for a second you say, hey, I never thought of it that way. That is my goal. That is my purpose. Is to get you to broaden your spectrum, right? Now, as a collective, we're going to come together today, okay? And I want you to seriously think of this person. Now, granted, if you guys are broken up, going through drama, you know what I'm saying, just be prepared. That may not be the energy that comes through here, okay? It may, you never know. I like to do reversals. I cannot stand a reader that does not do reversals because my thing is it's the reality of life. We do go through ups and downs. We do go through trials and tribulations, and being able to provide you insight on that is what's beneficial for you as a collective. It's not to hide away within pink rainbows and puppies and all that mess. No, no ma'am, no sir. This is real. This is legit. This is providing you that insight that you've been looking for, right? But let's clear our mind. Whoop whoop. Clear the little mind, okay? Think of your person. Think of someone because this is going to be you versus them. Collective against the person they're thinking about, okay? Now, the more you tap in, the more you follow, the more touch base with me, the more that your energy, your ancestors will be able to communicate. It's kind of like when you walk into a bookstore. You know what I'm saying? Had you not walked into the bookstore, you wouldn't have uncovered, certain knowledge that is revealed to you, if that makes sense. So I always look at spirituality kind of like roads and paths. You can always put a light on it just enough to see, that there's, the bridge is out. But ultimately, you have free will to turn around, stay there, park on the side, what have you. Well, now that we got all that out the way, I appreciate you for listening to me thus far. Oh, conflict and defeat in reverse. I like it. I'm not mad at it. But let's tap into you. Let's get into your energy first. Let's go, babies. Patience and planning. Well, number 7 is significant. That's you, pumpkin. You impatient? You're not paying attention to where you're headed? Okay. All right. Let's see what's up with your person. Okay. Crown chakra in reverse. And it's also number 7. Ironic. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn on my light up a little bit more. Bear with me a second. I just got this setup going, so be patient. Okay. I think that's as high as it goes. Well, all right. 2 sevens. Crown chakra. So whoever your person is, collective, they're really not tapped in. You're more advanced in that than they are. So this can give you a little bit more detail or in-depth detail of who you are and how this pertains to you. This may be a specific message for you. So if you're dealing with somebody who's, they don't have their whittle third eye open, they don't understand. You can have these conversations and they're like, ugh, I don't believe it. Yeah, I'm talking to you, baby. All right, here we go. Bottom of the deck. Wow, look at that. Okay, a nice shuffle. So conflict and defeat in the reverse. So you're impatient with this person, but it seems like not all hope is lost. You guys get along in other venues, though. Interesting. All right. We're going to keep that out and move on here. Okay, hold on. Let me put this over here. All right. Let's pull some tarot here to gain a little bit more clarity. Let's see how you view your person. We'll start with that line of inquisitive information first. All right. How do you view your person, collective? Ooh, wow. Okay, you got King of Cups, my guy. Fancy. Okay, all right. You got the Four of Cups. Yeah, impatient. You're impatient, my loves. Okay. Ace of Wands. Ooh, you love sassy time with them. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so they don't, there's a lot of feelings, but not a lot of stability. Interesting. There's not a lot of stability. We'll get a little bit more in depth when we clarify. Let's continue on their end. Let's see what's happening. Okay, what's up with the no third eye view here? Which, I mean, they're oblivious. I hear oblivious. How do they, what do they think about you? Okay. The Lovers in reverse. Devil in reverse. Five of Cups. They're scared of you. I hear scared. They don't feel like the love is real. They feel like you conjured it. Ten of Cups. Yeah. Ten of Wands. 10-10. So this person with the Lovers in reverse, they're kind of scared. They're like, this is too good to be true. This right here. This is too good to be true. Ten of Cups with the Lovers in reverse. They feel like it's too good to be true. Like, you did it. You put a spell on me. I put a spell on you. And now you're mine. That's what they feeling over here, collective. Damn. They say the booty too good. You don't put a spell on me, yo. I don't know what to do about this situation. They feel like you're hiding behind a mask, like you made this happen. They're not seeing that it's actually like a past life connection. It's so strong that it's obviously made it into this timeline. And that's just because, again, babies, they're not tapped in with the Crown in reverse. They don't understand because they don't see. You know, conflict and defeat in reverse. You know, they still feel like this is beautiful. They love this feeling. They're ready to, you know, continue this family dynamic with you, whether that just be the two of you or, you know, blending of families or starting a family. You know what I'm saying? This is just kind of giving you some insight on this person. They're scared though. They scared. Okay, let's go back over here to you. I like how you feel about this person, but I don't like that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, how do you view them? We know how you feel about them. How do you view them? The fool, my guy. Are you serious? Okay. All right. We got the Emperor in reverse. The fool. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. There's that conflict in reverse. So you guys actually get along very well, but it just seems like you know it's coming. This kind of just feels like something's coming. This conversation is going to be had. It's going to occur at some point. They've been hurt before with the Emperor being in reverse, but the King of Cups, they know how to love, you know, but they're very skeptical here. They've also been conditioned because you got to realize with the Emperor status, that's of high altitude within that type of energetic possession, right? So it's just like where this person has been conditioned to not view themselves as such in a spiritual connection. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't have gifts. I can't fathom, you know, like you believe in fairies and shit, you know, like this person is like, they have to be constantly realistic. You know, they don't understand that, you know, you can meditate, which then creates, you know, your manifestations and so on and so forth. You know, this person don't see none of that. Okay. They're like, no. Okay. We got the Fool with the Emperor in reverse. Okay. This is how you view them. You know that they have potential, but they don't understand. They don't see it. They don't want to learn. They don't want to grow. And this is a part of you, you know, but maybe there's a way you're not looking at it with patience and planning being in reverse, or maybe you're becoming irritated with it, but it's not a problem with the person itself. It's just how closed-minded they are, okay? They're not a bad person. You know, it's not like they're horrible or nothing like that. It's just they don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. Let's see how this person views you. Damn, 10 of Swords. We had 10, 10, 10. Tower sideways. I told you something's coming. Something's coming. I told you. Something's coming. Tower sideways. Okay. We got the 7 of Cups in reverse. 7 is super freaking significant for you. That must be like a lucky number or something, because you got 7, 7, 7, 7. Damn, 7 of Swords in reverse. See, I mean, they know that you're like, they want to believe that this is true love, like this is a really strong connection, you know, but I feel like there's outside sources, especially with 7 of Swords and 7 of Cups and the 10 of Swords being in reverse. They don't have no valid proof. They don't have no real reason to feel this way. They're just more, it's a reflection of self at that point. You know, they are having to reflect on themselves like, okay, this person ain't that bad. We actually have really good taste in music. We get along great. We have the same goals in mind, you know, like when we look in each other's eyes, we are lost in time. Okay. Like it's that energy, but they don't see it, honey. They little crown. They don't have no crown chakra. It's down. Okay, it's not open. But they feel it. There's a pressure coming between you guys, and it doesn't have to be conflict-wise, which I don't see that it is, because you got 3 sevens out here: 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups, all in reverse. There's a lot of like, what do you call it, underlining emotion here, underlining doubt. You know, there's a conversation that really needs to be had, or some type of visual. I hear visual. You need to provide this person visual. Thank you, Spirit. The Sun. Yeah, stop playing with me. All right, Spirit, for the middle here, what's the potential outcome so we can get something on the conflict and defeat in reverse, please? They said shuffle. I told you past lives. 6 of Cups just popped out. We got the Sun again. Stop playing with me. Ooh, it's fancy. Okay, y'all got the Widow Sun. Y'all got the Widow Sun. How cute. Knight of Cups. They're confused. It's messing with their feelings, though. King of Wands. Oof, they're attracted to you. 6 of Swords. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, I got this strong feeling, but I don't know if it's just lust-based. Death in reverse. Yeah, it's hard for them. Ace of Pentacles. It's really hard for this person to fathom that this is legitimate. This is real, you know, but they don't realize it because it's kind of like they're blind, you know, like you see the path, you feel the path, you hear the path, right? You're more spiritual than them, obviously. You're getting impatient because it's like, man, if you could just see. If you could just see. All right, I'm kind of curious, though. Let's touch base on this Queen of Pentacles. That's bugging me. It really is bugging me. I mean, I get the Devil in reverse because it's like, you know, they think you put a spell on it and blah, 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 blah. I'm getting tongue twisted. Let me get it together. You put a spell on them, right? So they think it's too good to be true. What's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Ooh. What is that? 7 of Swords? And 3 of Pentacles in reverse. It fell on the floor. Page of Swords at the bottom. No, that might be... No, it's 5 of Swords. Whew. Okay. You guys fuss about money. They're materialistic. I mean, which would explain the Emperor in reverse. This person is materialistic. You're more grounded, I hear. Especially with the roots here on this one. You're more grounded. And you've been trying to tell this person, like, who cares? Like, as long as it rides, it's good to go. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. Like you've been trying to tell them how it could work together. It's nine of wands. It's like, yo, we can spend something. We can go on more trips. We can go hiking versus, buying a midlife crisis vehicle here. What's the Four of Cups? What you getting impatient about? Two of Cups in reverse. You're nervous. That's nervous energy. Two of Cups in reverse for clarifying for Four of Cups. Yeah, you nervous. You're like, is this gonna work? Will it blend together? I'm starting to notice the differences between us. Okay, well, what's that about, Spirit? Ten of Wands in reverse, Knight of Cups, the Magician upright, Four of Swords. Again, you got Four Cups there. You feel like you're the one driving this connection because you see things in advance. You've been hurt before, collective, where you've had a gut feeling about things. Your emotions were kind of in the negative for a while there. This person helped you to see a different side of yourself here, that you can have the power, okay, to overcome some past burdens with the Ten of Wands in reverse. But it just seems like there's still a lot of contemplation, because if you notice, there's a dark snake in that picture with the Two of Cups. So you're focused on this person here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Empress upright. Yeah, you're very powerful. You got to have more patience, though. There's something about patience here, especially with the patience and planning being in reverse. You gotta develop a better plan, a better strategy here. Not that you're trying to change this person, but to try and invite them. I hear invite. Like you need to invite them in. Okay, what does that mean, Spirit? What does invite them in? What's the King of Cups? Ooh, look at that. Seven of Pentacles. And this landed over here on the Fool. Nine of Cups. It's going to take some time to build to this energy, but don't give up hope here. It's going to take some time. I hear invite, vines connecting. There's going to be certain incidents that show this person like, well, you know what? You're right. Oh, they said keep them. Excuse me. What is that? Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a problem. It's just a process. It's kind of like, going to school for something. It's like teaching them. It's like you don't have to, change right now. Like, no, this is a process, fool. You gotta... You gotta take your little time with it, okay? King of Cups by itself. Page of Cups. Damn, Four of Swords again. Patience. You've got to have patience with this person, Pumpkin. Yeah, and then you got what? Nine of Swords? You're overthinking it. And that's causing you not to plan accordingly with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You gotta have a strategy, baby. This person's not gonna change overnight. These things take time for them to learn if you really want to continue to invest in this energy. Three of Pentacles in reverse. That's come out 2 times in 2 different decks. The Lovers. Yeah, patience, my love. Patience. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Okay, you feel like because this person is, refusing to see, right? Then they're just not going to be in love with you or something along those lines. That's not the case, babe. That is not the case. You guys have a long connection here. 6 of Cups with the Sun and the Lovers upright. Okay, now their side is showing how they interpret you, how they view you, how they feel about you. You understand what I'm saying? So this is just kind of shining light that it's not a problem. Conflict and defeat in reverse. It's not a problem. There's light at the end of the tunnel here, but you got to have a better game plan. You got to show this person your world. Okay, let's go over here to your person. Let's see what's going on. What's up with the Lovers in reverse and the Devil in reverse? 6 of Wands. Six of Wands energy is victory in tarot. That's where, you know, you're celebrating the conquest has been completed. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person feels a euphoric feeling with you, collective. They do. But they're scared. They like, this too good to be true. Something bad about to happen. You know, okay, what's happened in the past here with the Five of Cups? What's happened in the past? Four of Cups, Ace of Cups. Okay, so they gave their all to a person before. They've always been told by others. I hear mother, father, somebody else. There's like three people in particular because three keeps coming up with the Three of Pentacles twice. So there's some outside sources, as I kind of mentioned before, that I'm feeling with this. They've always been told, they've had a gut feeling. This is what's interesting about it, because if you notice here, with the crown chakra is shining out similar to this cup here. And the Ace of Cups is in reverse. They've been told that it's a no-no. The Ace of Cups is hiding the sun. Stay away from them. They do voodoo and all this other stuff. Go sit down and educate yourself, right? Collective? Whoever these other three outside sources are, they tell them that's a no-no, but they feel it. They have this feeling, which is why the crown chakra even popped out to begin with, because it's there. That's why spirits like have patience, because it's there. They just never knew because no one taught them. Holla if you hear me, okay? All right, let's do the devil in reverse. The devil in reverse by itself. Spirit, shuffle. I hear shuffle. This is beautiful, though, collective. Telling your ass to have some patience. This person, they're there. They just don't know how. They don't see it yet. Not saying that they haven't felt it. Okay, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. I love this, and it landed on the Lovers. They're being told by outside sources that it's bad. But once you express, once you educate, once you teach, you're supposed to teach this person. The Fool energy, you know, they're oblivious. They don't know. They think it's bad, but they know deep down it burns in them. You know, it burns in them that this doesn't feel bad. This doesn't feel wrong. This feels right. Ten of Cups. King of Cups. Stop playing with me and it's sideways. Conflicted. They're conflicted, baby. They're conflicted. I don't see no maliciousness in here, though. A lot of the conflict cards are in reverse. Ten of Swords, they're being told it's a no-no. But they don't know no different. You see what I'm saying? What's the Seven of Swords in reverse? Look at that. Six of Cups, again. Two different decks. Ooh, strength. Nice. I told you they feel it. They feel it. You empower them. You make them feel strong. You shine a light for them that they never knew. Like, they've always had to be hard on the exterior. They naturally gifted, though. That's what's crazy. Everyone is, but they just don't know how to navigate. They don't know which, you know, gift is blessed upon them, especially if they did research on their lineage. Apparently, it skipped some generations here with whoever's around this person, you know, whispering in their ear that it's a no-no. You have to have patience, strategy, okay? This is why this is coming out for you, my love, okay? What's the Seven of Cups with the Ten of Swords, though? Knight of Pentacles. I told you they're getting told. This is talking to. This is like, you know, knights are representation of messages. You know, a knight would be sent to deliver the mail on a horse, you know, like just think of it in that manner. But it's in reverse. It's negative messages. What's the Tower sideways? Ooh, you see this? Temperance, upright. This is divinely guided. And there's another freaking sun back here. Stop playing with me. That is another sun, my guy. Strength. The sun is here. We got a little suns everywhere up in this piece. Lovers upright. This is divinely guided. It's passed through time here. Two Six of Cups upright. Six of Cups is nostalgia, past life energy, you know, and they're both upright, which is positive. You guys met in this lifetime for a reason. And it's to heal each other. Because remember, this card came out earlier when I was discussing negative emotions. It's to help them see, because the Knight is holding that cup of Ace of Cup, the Ace of Cups. It's imbalance. It's imbalance right now because the Tower is sideways. You feel it coming. But this is where you have to have that patience. Whenever they don't get upset, whenever you hear, well, my family said this and my friends said that, and say, okay, well, that's understandable. You know, I hope that they would find the light at the end of the tunnel. I hope that they do see, you know, the box that they may be in. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't hate them for that. And when they realize that you don't turn to anger, that you don't turn to hatred, that can open up a nice box for them. You know what I'm saying? That's like, well, I never thought of it that way. Kind of like what I mentioned before as well. All right, let's get just one or two more cards here so we can move on to some of the other oracles. Because I got Archangel Michael messages here. Six of Cups with the Sun, please. Emperor upright. I don't have to pull no more. Okay, there it is. Have some mofo patience, okay? Okay, you gotta have some patience. You gotta turn it into a little Emperor, because we had Emperor in reverse over here. Now, for those who are not familiar with tarot, Emperor is a combination of all four kings. The King of Cups, one who's mastered their emotions, upright versions, okay? Now, you guys listen what I'm saying. King of Cups, emotions. King of Pentacles, they manage that money, honey, okay? King of Wands, they throw it down in the bedroom with their little Venus ass, okay? And then you have the, okay, I said Pentacles, water, King of Wands, King of Swords, that's communication, analytics, thought process. Fair and just is turning the Emperor, teaching them to understand they don't have to be in that embodiment. They can prosper here. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It says message, how, communication, conversation, expressing feelings. What did I tell you with that damn Tower sideways? Message how is coming. It's coming. Thinking of you, crying, nostalgia, missing you. Yeah. They're confused. I told you, they're like, man, they say it's bad, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever's talking to them. Yeah, look, conflict resolution. Nice. Compromising, make amends, positive outcome. I love that. That's beautiful right there. Bottom of the deck, double life, liar, deception in another relationship. I feel like that's what they're feeling the frustration from, because they're listening to their intermediate family or their close friends or things that are very important to them, and then they have you that is showing them a new light in life, and that is like a double life. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean they cheating. You know, they cheating themselves for not opening up their third eye. Okay, that part. All right, let's get some more messages for you. Keeping a promise. I told you, past life, fool. Past life. Listen, Linda. Listen. Listen. Okay? Listen. Setting the record straight. That's what I'm talking about. That's what patience and strategy. Okay? You need to strategize your ass. Doing drugs. Maybe y'all used to have an issue with that. Or maybe their friends is. There's something that's really infecting. I hear infecting this person's bloodstream. So, blood meaning family. Somebody's tainting their love for you. Love is in the blood, you know. Promiscuous, sleeps around, hot, free for all, sleeps with your man. I feel like this is what this person is being told about you too. There is some malicious gossip, especially with the Knight of Pentacles being in reverse and the Knight of Cups. These people are really trying to paint you out to be this dark entity when you're not, you know. Because this keeps coming out a little bit about, you know, the Seven of Swords is in reverse, which means there is a lot of negative talk, but it's no proof about it. Bottom of the deck, getting a room, hotel, motel, suite, business, and pleasure. Okay, so there's obviously someone that is connected to them pinnacle-wise. That could also give you some insight, because we had the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That could also indicate a third party that's always asking for money, that may also have gotten into drugs or was promiscuous. So definitely something to Something to think about too. You gotta be cautious with that person. But honestly, I feel like getting a room, that's where y'all need to do a getaway. Restart. Go on I hear retreat. You need to find like a spiritual retreat or something. Just so that way they can get a more insight experience, you know. All right, let's see what messages want to come through from Michael. Ooh, I wanted to pop out. All right, here we go. Wow. Number 20. It is not yet time. This is not the blah, blah, blah. This is not the divine right time to take action. Be patient. Shut up. Oh my goodness. Be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. Nice, nice. Okay. I told you. Okay, let's get some spirit animals for you both. And then we'll close out the reading here. I appreciate you guys for staying with me till this far. This was very fascinating though. Like, I'm really happy for you, collective. Whoever you're with, you know, there's some potential there for sure. You gotta have patience though, baby. There's something about having patience. All right, let's get you a spirit animal. Ooh, look at that shit. Hawk, spirituality. Fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. Okay, hawk may be significant for you. Have you been seeing that bird lately? That's your spirit team trying to give you a whole message. Okay, pay attention. All right, what's their spirit animal for the collective's person here? Ooh, armadillo. Protection. You are entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past. This is saying no to those people. This is saying this person needs to, you know, get some tough skin going here to be ready to tell the people that they love and, you know, felt protected with, you know, that they have no control over their life's path. Wow, that's fascinating. Armadillo and hawk. Okay. Well, you'll be getting some messages about that pretty soon, especially with message coming out, conflict resolution. You guys will be able to talk about it. Make sure you come at it from a positive perspective, okay, collective, and then move on from there. All right, babies. Well, look, this is my message for you. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. I love you guys. Make sure you stay safe and stay grounded. I'll check you guys out next time.